Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Programming Info by GS. Today we will see about another interesting topic in Android, which is Android layouts. Now coming to the layouts. What are the layouts? Defines the structure and the visual elements of an application. That is, we can consider layout as a container which consists of buttons, text views, image views, toggle buttons, calendar views, and everything. Here we can see a simple linear layout in which it has an image view first, then the text view, and then finally the button. Now we know that layouts are the backbone of an application. We can create layouts in two ways, either using XML or programmatically using Java or Kotlin codes. Here we can see different types of layouts. In each application, we may require different orientations or different designs according to which we will position the UI elements. Based on the requirements, we will use different types of layouts. The first one is the linear layout, in which the child view, nothing but the UI elements such as the image views, text views, are arranged either horizontally or vertically. Next one is the relative layout. It allows the child views to be positioned relative to each other. Then coming to the frame layout, it is designed to hold a single view, but you can stack multiple views on top of each other. Now coming to the constraint layout, it is an advanced and flexible layout. It helps us to avoid nesting of layouts and to design a complex UI structure. Next one is the table layout. It organizes the child views into rows and columns. Finally, coming to the grid layout, we can consider, for example, a shopping application where we can see the products either in a grid view or in a list view. Once we create our application, we will see this text view inside the constraint layout. So this is the default one which is created. Once the application is created, we can see all the important files generated. So inside the Java folder, we can find the main activity.java file. And inside the resource, you will find the layout folder, which has the XML file. So here we can see a simple constraint layout inside which we can find the text view. That text view displays the text hello world. At the top right, you can see three icons. When you click on the image icon, you will see the design alone. When you click the first icon, you can see the XML code. So the center icon gives you both the design as well as the XML code. So now let us include a button below the text view. So I have to set width and height properties. I'm going to give the value as wrap content so that according to the text displayed, the button size will vary. So if you want, you can give match parent to be responsive. Now here we can see an error, that is missing constraints. We have to set the constraint. So I want this button to be displayed below the text view. So I'm going to give constraint top to the bottom of the text view. So to do that, we need an ID for the text view. So I'm going to include an ID. Now when I check, here we can find the text view name, which is the display text. So once done, here we can see it comes below the text view. Now we have to set the left and right constraints for the button correctly to position the button correctly below the text view. So to handle the button click event inside the code, we must use the ID. So I'm going to set the ID property for the button and then set the text as click. So now we have the button below the text view. Suppose if I want some margin or spacing, so I am going to set the margin bottom to some value, 16 or 100 dp. So that is density independent pixels. So I couldn't find any difference. This is because we have set the constraint top to the bottom of display text for button. So this makes the button always to be displayed below the text view. So this is the important purpose of a constraint layout. To be responsive and flexible, we have to set the constraints properly. So if you are not comfortable with that, we can straight away use the simple layout, that is the linear layout. So here I can remove all the constraints for the button as well as text view because it is not needed in linear layout. I'm going to set the orientation as vertical so that it will be displayed one below other. So here we can see there is a text view and a button. So and the orientation as vertical. So there is space between the text view and the button. So now here we can see this is because of the margin button. So which has the value as 100 dp. When I remove this, the space is removed. Now, so again I'm going to include the line. So here we can see there, there are various units available. So dp is density independent pixels, inches, millimeter, point, pixel, and scale independent pixels. We have various units you can go through. So usually we will use dp. So now when I remove this line, and here I'm going to use the layout gravity. So now we can see it moved to the center of the page. So again I'm going to give the same for button. So now we can see. So instead of doing this, we can set the gravity property for the layout itself. Now let us see. So here I'm going to include the gravity property as center. So when I set for the layout, now we can see both the text view and button is in the center of the layout. So here we can use various UI elements or widgets such as image buttons, toggle buttons, radio buttons, or even a calendar view. Now let us include a calendar view and set the width and height properties. So I'm going to set the value as wrap content. So here we can see between the text view and the button we have the calendar view. Now there is no spacing or margin. So I'm going to include these properties to the layout. So first I'm going to set the margin and give the value in as 16 dp, that is density independent pixel. So when I give like this, we can see there is a margin. So now to add some spacing. So here to add some spacing between the margin and the calendar view, I'm going to include the padding value. So when I increase the padding, we can see greater difference. So now here we can include some margin for the text view, calendar view and button. We can give left margin, right margin. So here I'm going to set simply the margin value. So it leaves even margin around the entire text view. So here similarly for the calendar view. So that's all. I hope you understand what is a layout, what are the different types of layout, what are the important properties that needs to be set, and what are the different widgets available. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel Programming Info by GS. Thank you.